Alright guys, so in this video it's just going to be a little bit of documentation, but one of my friends reached out to me off Instagram and wants to get some of my albino platinum guppies. And this is pretty much my A line of these guys. So this will be the female that I'm pulling out now. She's about ready to drop. So we'll be putting her in the basket method. You can see this is her sister. And her sister just had her drop in the tank and none of the fry survived. You can see how long a tail that she has. And the reason I didn't save any of the fry is some of these guys get ridiculously long tails. So you can see the fish that's kind of struggling right there. That is the original male, and I want to say he's about 1.5 years old, so he probably don't have too much to go left. But this young little stud here, he was actually born in the tank, and the female right here was also born in the tank. So over the last year, I've had 2 fish survive on their own, and there's plenty of nubia cover and everything else. And just kind of ironic that one was male and one was female. But the one down at the bottom is probably, right there, is probably my number 2 female that I have. My number 1 is actually at the bottom. I'm going to slide back. Sorry. And it just doesn't pick her up in video like it does in camera mode. But let's see, this one would be my definite number 1 female. She has tons of body shimmer and blue whitish color on her sides. They're supposed to be white, but it is a little blue, but very, very pretty. I think I'm actually more excited with the blue than I would be just the plain white. But the females are at least 1 year old, so I don't know how many more batches that they'll have. And so I'm going to do my best to collect this one up, and throughout the summer we'll raise up the fry, and I'll try and catch the documentation of that, and we'll go through and do some more selecting of these guys, and hopefully that all works out well. It'll be a fun little project. Like I said, these guys are actually the only line that I've ever selectively bred, and it probably shows because they're my favorite line. They're probably the most stunning fish I have. I really wish on camera I'd pick it up, but I'm gonna throw some pictures of these guys at the end of the video, and you can just see how much massive her tail is compared to her sister. And I just don't think long term that's really the breeding that I want. I really like to stay with that real nice short fin. So hopefully the person that's going to be receiving these agrees with me. But so that's where I'm going. And right down there, for a little bit, you could pick up the blue little shimmer of. That's probably my number 1 female. They're almost identical, but she just has a little bit more color up by her dorsal. But I feel bad for that old male, but I guess he lived a pretty good life. He was hand selected out of like 40 males, and he has a little clear spot on his tail that when he was younger he didn't, but he's still getting around eating, so he can stay as long as he wants. But that's my little tank. It's just a little 10-gallon. I got it off the kitchen. I spent a lot of time watching these guys. I do have some Corys in here, and if you follow my Instagram, you see quite a bit of posts about them, little panda Corys. But so anyways, I'll show you just real quick how I do it. But what I'm going to do is pull out half the water of these guys, fill up a 5-gallon bucket. I'll put the breeding basket in the bucket. She'll go in, and hopefully this week she'll decide to drop, and if that all works out well, she'll go back. Let's see if I can zoom in and get these guys right before we get off. Really kind of a nice side-by-side comparison between the long fin version and the short fin. And they're finally picking up just a little bit as they go off camera, but like I said, the light in this camera just don't play nice together. But I'll put some pictures in here and you'll see what I'm talking about. But that is a nice looking fish. Alright, we're up to the 5-minute mark, so we're going to stop.